Hi, welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gem, Jem, Gemstone, psychic medium and author. And on this channel, you will find mostly commentaries, although I do PowerPoints, but I don't stick to a particular topic. I'm like to have a go at everything, so I don't fit a particular niche. Some of my videos are self-help, some are mystery, some may even be me singing, some sharing my life, some about my dog. This commentary is how fake mediums manipulate their audience. Now, mediumship is one of the most sensitive fields out there because at its core, it deals with grief, trauma, and hope. And where there is deep emotion, there is also vulnerability. We're talking in this video about fake mediums, the ones who manipulate people instead of helping them. And this is important to me because, like I shared, I am a psychic medium and I want the public to understand the difference between genuine intuitive work and emotional exploitation. 1. What fake mediums do, the tactics. A is cold readings. This is the classic technique. A fake medium studies your body language, your age, your clothing, your speech, and your reactions. They throw out vague statements like this. I'm sensing a man, maybe an M name. He died suddenly or unexpectedly or after an illness. You've been struggling lately. They expand or retract depending on your response. It feels personal, but it's a trick of probability and observation. B is hot readings. This is where it gets unethical. A fake medium secretly researches you on or looks at your Facebook, checks memorial posts, reads the obituary, overhears conversations, asks their staff for information. Then they pretend the spirits told them. This is fraud, plain and simple. C is Barnum and Forer statements. Let me spell that for you. Barnum is Barnum and Forer, Forer. These are general statements that apply to nearly everyone. You give too much and don't get enough back. You've been hurt by someone you trusted. You hide your emotions. People see themselves in the statement and assume its psychic accuracy. D. Playing on grief. The most harmful manipulation. Fake mediums exploit parents who lost children. They exploit partners grieving spouses. They exploit people desperate for closure. They may imply the spirit is sad disappointed, or watching all the time, creating unhealthy emotional dependency. E. Leading questions disguised as psychic insight. Example: who's the person with cancer? I keep hearing the word C. If the client says, my mum, the medium locks onto that as if it was evidence, when in reality, it was a guess. Number 2, the legal and ethical risks. Some of what fake mediums do cross into crime. Harassment of victims' families. Interfering with investigations. Giving false information to police. Financial exploitation. Intentional emotional harm. Now, many countries have laws against fraudulent spiritual services, especially when grief is involved. My personal ethical line. This is where I, and perhaps a minority of others, stand apart, and I can say this proudly. I don't do future readings. I don't ask for information. I start cold. I don't guess. I don't manipulate emotion. I don't keep clients dependent on me. I don't chase tragedy for money. A good psychic medium respects people's boundaries, and people like me recognize that the future isn't fixed. So, even as a psychic medium, I understand that predictions are only one possible branch of the tree. People change direction every time they make a choice. That's why I avoid doing client future predictions and readings. They can disempower people. 4. My story I want to share. Once in my entire life, I had something extremely rare happen. The presence of a murdered child or teen came to me. The information was so specific and so disturbing, I didn't want to profit from it. I didn't want attention. I didn't want to exploit the family. So I sent an anonymous letter to the police and I walked away. Because ethical mediumship is about responsibility, not performance. 5. Why mediumship is not always reliable. This is vital and honest. Psychic perception is symbolic. Interpretation can be wrong. Emotional energy can distort visions. The medium may project their own fears or hopes. Spirits communicate in impressions, not full sentences. Timelines are fluid. Trauma can create false positives. Honesty builds trust. So it's about being honest with your client. 6. How audiences are manipulated by fake mediums. Here are the big techniques used online, on stage, and in private sessions. 1. High drama performances. They rely on theatrics, crying, gasping, collapsing. Emotion equals persuasion. 2. Rapid fire guessing. They overwhelm the client, so the wrong guesses are forgotten. 3. Repeating what the client already said. They mirror the client's own words back to them later. 4. Fishing for clues. Fake mediums ask 50 questions disguised as messengers. 5. Social pressure. Clients feel guilty challenging someone who claims to be helping. 6. Creating dependency. They suggest the spirits want you to come back. They suggest, or there's a curse, or there's unfinished business. These keeps people booking sessions, losing money. 7. Emotional blackmail. If you don't believe this message, the spirit will be hurt. This is cruel manipulation. The final message. Here is a powerful ending. Mediumship can be real, but it also can be abused. And the difference between the two comes down to intention, ethics, and honesty. Ask yourself always, is this person comforting me or controlling me? Are they empowering me or making me dependent? Real mediums don't fish. Real mediums don't pressure. Real mediums don't chase tragedy. Real mediums don't always get it right, and they admit that. I don't get it right. In fact, every time I get a client, I'm a nervous wreck, and that nervousness can affect a reading. I want you to remember that remote viewing under scientific controlled ruling and controls only gets 65% accuracy. How much less is a psychic medium, especially one with trauma? I'm going to end with this. Fake mediums, they'll do anything to tell you the truth. Thank you very much for watching, beautiful beloved souls. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm not out to attack any psychic medium. I am one myself, but I will admit when I can't do a reading. And I will always say, I will do X amount of reading for you without you paying a cent. If this resonates with you, the little bit of work I do, then we'll agree to doing more. If it doesn't resonate, be honest. It works both ways. An honest relationship between a medium, psychic medium, and a client reflects honesty in real life. And one of my most, what would you call it? The thing that I believe in all types of relationships, my number one moral, always be honest. All right, if you're going to drop a comment, do so respectfully. Have you ever had an issue with a psychic medium or a medium, which we are talking about in this commentary? And please, will you be kind to yourselves and to each other? We need more love in this world, more compassion, more compassion, more tolerance, less bias, less prejudice, and less hatred. Thanks again for watching, beloveds. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.